Hi everyone! I'm so excited to be filming this video. I'm so sorry I missed out on creating a video for you for the full moon in Aquarius. That was on August 3rd, and I just wanted to share this little piece of an article, which will be linked down below, to give you just a little recap of what happened. August 3rd was known as the full sturgeon moon, and it brought some really intense energy. I don't know if you guys felt that. I certainly did. And Aquarius, even though you would think it's a water sign, it's actually an air sign, which is super confusing. Lisa Stardust, an astrologer, gave this quote kind of explaining the Aquarius full moon. She said, "Aquarius is the humanitarian sign of the zodiac, and when it's fully lit up by the glow of the moon, we all seek ventures that call for us to be more in sync with the modern rhythms of society and to rebel from the past and conservative beliefs. During this luminary Uranus, who's in Taurus, will square the Aquarius moon. This means it will be important to take action around transforming our views and scope of the information." So basically, it was and continues to be the perfect time to learn about new things and new causes to believe in and be able to fully commit to them and go out and protest for what you believe in. And so obviously right now there's a whole lot going on in the world, but I just wanted to share something that I have been kind of learning about and working through, and that's through this book called One Person, No Vote by Carol Anderson, Dr. Carol Anderson, who is an African American woman, which is always good to see another minority who is kind of leading the charge. She's also the author of White Rage, which I'm hoping to get soon so I can read that as well. But this book I highly recommend if you want to learn about voter suppression within the United States. That's something that I've been working on and trying to learn recently, especially, is the injustices that people of color within this country have had to face for centuries now, and the systems that were put in place to continue oppressing people of color, how that ties into voting, especially now that we're having our elections at the end of this year. And so I highly recommend this book so that you can learn more about that. I will warn you though, it is kind of a difficult read because you have to face the reality that is this nation. This nation being the United States. And so I definitely suggest that everyone reads it, but you need to make sure that you're in a good headspace when you do read it, because it's hard. It's really hard to face those kinds of realities. As someone who is a minority in several categories, it is really tough to read about that history and see how awful it really was and continues to be. And so, anyways, I just wanted to share that. But, of course, if you want to pursue learning within another category, not only because of the full moon, now the new moon, but I feel like as we're finishing out summer and coming into autumn, it's kind of the perfect time. For a lot of us, school is starting back up. It's kind of a new time of almost a rebirth. No, not a rebirth. Like a time of growth. And so I would definitely recommend either picking back up a topic that you have always had an interest in, or learning about a new subject entirely. and reading is obviously a great way to do it. So, moving on now to the new moon in Leo. That's going to be August 18th. I'm trying to get this video uploaded the 17th, but I'm cutting it really close, so I apologize for that. But Leo is a fire sign, known for kind of the desire for praise and attention. Leos are known for being very attention-seeking, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Leos, I think, are really fun. I have several friends, and even my sister is a Leo, which, in her case, it kind of doesn't, she doesn't really fit the stereotype of attention-seeking, but anywho. So for the new moon, the new moon in Leo, it kind of tends to turn this desire for attention inward, and so it kind of becomes a time of self-awareness and scrutiny. So I would say a really great way to tap into your Leo and your fire sign is to be playful and creative and kind of tap into that inner child of curiosity rather than being overly critical of yourself. And I particularly, with fire signs, or really anytime, love spending time in the sun, so I would definitely recommend that. And if in regards to crystals, if you want to grab a couple crystals that will help you with your new moon manifestation for this ceremony, I would recommend citrine, carnelian, citrine, tiger's eye, amethyst, those are beautiful, and rose quartz. That's what I have around my neck, actually. I thought I had lost this. I was so sad. I got it when I was in India, and I hadn't seen it for a while because I just moved. And I was like, oh no. But I just found it the other day, so we're good to go. So again, I will link the articles that I kind of referenced. I always like to pull from different sources, as well as from my own experiences and intuition. Questions that you might want to journal on that I would recommend. Again, coming into this new moon, or becoming a little bit more self-aware, and we want to be curious about it rather than critical. And so ask yourself a little bit about what message does my style send? What kind of conversations do I like to start? How do we behave when there's attention on us? Those are just a few questions that I can recommend in terms of journaling. Going along with the being playful and creative, I would encourage you to have some fun with the way that you dress. I know right now it seems like I'm just wearing like a tank top, and well, I am, but I just wanted to share, like, I'm wearing just these cute, like, flowy pants that I got, and like, it's just this fun, simple thing that you can do. Obviously I have pink hair, but just playing around with your clothing is a really great way to tap into different signs, and so I feel like for fire sign in particular, dressing up in a way that kind of spices things up for you a little bit, however that may look, you probably dress totally different than I do, is a really great and simple way that you can tap into different energies without, if you don't have too much time or energy to spare. That's a really, really great way to do it, is through your clothing, through the way you do your hair, makeup if you do that, having a certain crystal or jewelry, all these types of different things. They're super simple because you have to get dressed anyways. And so, again, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place. Going back to this topic of self-awareness, instead of focusing too much on the past, we want to focus on how we want to be perceived in the future, how we want to manifest in the future. And so, obviously the past can be a good indicator of habits that we need to let go of, beliefs that we need to let go of, but really self-reflect on the future. And so I would encourage you for this new moon to make a vision board, which Vision boards are always amazing to make, but again, right now is the perfect time to reflect on what it is that you want to manifest, so that you can actually bring that into fruition between the new moon in Leo, it being a new moon in general, coming into kind of a new season. So it's really peak timing to make a vision board. If you don't know how to make one of those, I will link my video on that in the cards, as well as insert maybe some clips of me creating a new one. So just have fun with it. Again, be really playful, making a vision board of how you would like to be perceived, the person you would like to become. And then I would pick one singular thing that you can act on immediately, because taking immediate action will always lead to the most powerful manifestations. Sure, you can meditate on it, pray on it, journal on it, but once you've done that, go ahead and take immediate action. Even if it's the smallest thing, it will show your dedication to it. Better yet, pick something that you can then take consistent action on. And so, for example, if you want to be perceived as someone who is more confident, pick an act of self-care that you can do every single day and make that a habit that will build your confidence. If you want to be perceived as more friendly, or having improved communication, or trustworthy, these different things, of course you can manifest whatever you want, but just these different examples I want to give you. Pick something that you want to elevate, and then take immediate action for it, preferably ongoing, consistent action. That's something that I like to teach to all my clients, and it's actually something that I'm doing right now with the program starting today. If you want to join, I know it's a little bit last second, but if you still want to join, we do have a couple spots left, and that way I can help you pick a new habit, a new action that you can act on consistently every single day and make that into a habit over these 21 days of the program. So I will leave the link down below for that as well. But yeah, I really hope that you all have a wonderful week and are able to have a really great new moon ceremony. And I'm sending you all so much love, big, huge virtual hugs and kisses, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Bye.